Hello, and thank you for joining us yet again here on True Vision Productions, where we're going to talk about politics. My name is Venice Morgan.
And I'm Denise Dupree.
And we are going to talk about the real, the good, the bad, the ugly.
And the very ugly.
And the very, very gritty, right here down south, Louisiana, in Baton Rouge.
All right, well, as you all may know, last time we talked about certain things such as what happened during the session, and this particular time we want to talk about things that go on during what's called the interim. And what the interim is basically is the point of time period between session ending and where bills are actually getting put into action, as well as the upcoming election we have. So first off, Venice, I want to talk about here to our viewers the cigarette tax bill, which was a major bill. I don't know if you all know about this bill, but basically what this bill was who wrote the bill? Whose bill was it? I'm trying to remember. Okay, well,
was
anyway,
Senator Hilario?
I want to say it was where a 4-cent cigarette tax was to be charged, and this money was to be allocated towards certain funding for the state. So,
well, really, it's what it is. It's a reoccurring fund. You know, previously, before this past session, we were already taxing cigarettes, but it was time for the rejuvenation of that law to be implemented again so that we can fill up our $9.6 billion deficit. It would have given us at least $500 million in revenue if that bill would have been reenacted. But what had happened was, see, during the session, Kathleen Blanco in previous years had rejuvenated that legislation. But now under our new governor, Governor Bobby Jindal,
and there's no new taxes,
decided that he didn't like the cigarette tax, and we lost $500 million. But the kicker to that is that every single legislature before the end of session had voted to reenact that law that put those taxes on cigarettes. However, when Bobby Jindal said that he didn't like it, miraculously, when he vetoed it, everyone in the legislature agreed with him. I think, 12 to 1. That's a pretty big number. And what does that say about our governor? What does that say about the legislatures that represent us, that write laws on behalf of us, to say that they would automatically change their mind completely, 180 degrees, just because the governor doesn't like something, when clearly it would have given us $500 million? I don't know about you. I don't have $500 million.
I don't either. And I mean, certain things it would have went to was health and hospitals, as well as the TOPS program, which I'm sure many of our viewers utilize.
Absolutely. I don't have TOPS because I'm from California, but I have a form of TOPS. I'm sure you have TOPS.
Well, I would have, but I don't have it. However, a lot of people utilize this, and at a time where tuition is being raised and
10%
grant money,
each year,
and grant money is being cut, where does that disparity fall in for us college students, where we need to pay for school and they're not implementing properly the funds needed to get us through school?
Absolutely. And not only that, but we just lose $500 million that would at least let us closer to sealing up this $9.6 billion deficit, negative $9.6 billion bank account that Louisiana is in right now. But yet, we don't want to tax cigarettes. We want to tax others, such as the oil industries. We want to give them tax breaks.
Mm-hmm.
Or we want to tax such products like water instead of soda, or alcohol or liquor.
But I mean, who's going to say anything? I mean, obviously the working class and students like us, we don't get up and we don't get active. So as far as I'm concerned, we're giving them the message that, hey, it's okay for, put the deficit on our shoulders. We'll take care of it.
Absolutely. My mother always told me, when you're not at the table, that means you're on the menu.
And I guess college students and working classes on the menu.
Oh yeah, we're definitely on the menu.
Well, Venice, how do you feel about also this bullying bill that recently came through the legislature last session that ended up getting turned down which would have gone to where administrators in the public school system had to take a more hands-on and active approach to prevent bullying within the schools.
Well, you know what? I thought that was a great piece of legislation.
I did as well.
But, and I really thought that Louisiana was behind something like that, behind something where it's protecting our children when we can't see them when we're at work, and we every parent wants the assurance that their child is going to come home unharmed, unscathed, but that's not happening. Of course, there are bullies out there. There have been bullies since the beginning of time. Heck, I used to be a bully. I'm like 6 feet tall.
I was bullied.
Yeah, absolutely. So it wouldn't make any sense as to why that legislation wouldn't have passed, right? Well, guess what, guys? That didn't pass either. Why? Because of what?
The Louisiana Forum.
The Louisiana Family Forum and their issue with 4 little letters. L, G, B, and T. Because those 4 letters, which stand for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender, the legislation didn't pass. They automatically assumed that it was protecting gays, which actually, if you were to read that legislation, which you can find online at www.legis.state.la.us and search in the directory for that bill for bullying, search bullying, it will clearly tell you that LGBT might have been a reason for why someone or some kid might have been bullied. Other language in that legislation was that if a child was black, he might have been bullied.
Take this into consideration, parents. Your children aren't protected from bullying under the state legislature.
Absolutely.
Remember that when you go out to the polls.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, the legislator made quite clear that they didn't want your child to be protected from bullying.
Quite clear. And you can also pull up those who supported the law and those who did not support this bill as well. And I challenge you to call some of these and tell them, hey, protect my child. This is wrong.
Absolutely. And you know what? Right now would actually be a great time to call your legislator because we just so happen to be in an election year.
Yes.
And elections are when? October 22nd?
October 22nd. Deadline to register to vote is September 22nd. So make sure you get out if you're not registered to vote September 22nd. And start doing your research now on these upcoming legislators that are running for re-election or those running for those running for the legislator for the first time.
And not only that, but remember, voting day is going to be the LSU Auburn day.
Yes.
Do not be fooled.
Yes, it is a home game.
If you're going to vote, vote early
Yes.
and then enjoy the game.
Mail-in vote early.
Absentee
You can call
ballot.
Yes, you can call the clerk of court's office to get any type of information you need related to voting in case you can't get out to the polls on October 22nd because of the game.
Now, why do you think they do? Why do they do that?
Because they don't want you to get out and vote.
LSU
Of course.
Auburn game
They don't want you
on
to
a
get out and
voting
vote.
day?
They don't want you to get out and vote.
That's horrible.
They don't. They don't want you to get out and vote. However, this is a very important year. Every sitting legislator is up for re-election this year. Get out and go vote. Make change happen. And this is the time to get your demands met because on the inside tip, when it comes to politics and re-election, you can get them to do whatever you want. All right, so this is your time to get your way and get done what needs to be done. So call them and demand that they, follow their policies, demand that they enact certain bills, bring them up for session next year, and finally start working for you in the way that legislators and public servants are supposed to.
Absolutely. Call them up, bug them, email them, go to their house, knock on their door, knock on their window, call a dog. Do whatever you have to do to get their attention. Because at the end of the day, it's your vote that they need. And without your vote, they cannot do what they want to do. And in particularly, they cannot do what you want them to do.
Exactly. So we really have to make sure, because this is really important, guys, that we get out and vote. Because not only is the legislator up for re-election, also the governor is up for re-election.
Oh, preach.
Yes. And see, if you have a strong legislative body in who can take on the governor when he's in the wrong and hold the governor's hand to the fire when he does not stand up for Louisiana, that's when the legislator works for us. That's how the legislator is supposed to work. So we need to make sure that we get this legislator in if we want this governor out. That's very important, because if Bobby Jindal say he might win this re-election, all right, if he does, we need a strong legislative body in to make sure the right thing is getting done.
Absolutely. And I don't know about you guys, but I like scholarships for going to school. I like free money. With the governor that we have now, that's really hard to get. And as a matter of fact, they're cutting more and more of our free money to go to Southern or to go to LSU or to go to Magnesia or whatever school you go to. Or even to go to high school and have a book to bring home.
Yes.
So you can study just a little bit, and not only that, but I like to be healthy. I like the comfort of walking into a hospital when something hurts, like my tummy or my leg or my back,
right.
And they're not asking me to turn around because I don't have any insurance.
Exactly.
I like the comfort of going to the hospital and knowing that I will be taken care of. But unfortunately, with the current governor that we have
That's
now,
not the case.
I'm a pretty nonpartisan person, but this guy is an extreme Republican. So if you have any problems at all with Governor Bobby Jindal, get out and vote September 22nd. I'm sorry, November 22nd.
No, it's October.
October 22nd.
Yes.
And register to vote by September 22nd. Do not miss it.
And please do your research, because we have some potential candidates a lot of people don't know about. We have Tara Hollis from North Louisiana,
Democratic candidate
yes,
for
she's
governor.
a lady. She's an educator. If education is a big standpoint for you, go out there, get in touch with her. She's on Facebook, and also some rumors have been going around about Senator Marino.
Oh yeah,
perhaps running for governor.
Absolutely.
He's very much for the working class. He's very much of a, I guess you could call him pretty much your common man.
Yeah,
when it comes to his policies
He's
and
from
legislation.
Livonia, Louisiana.
Exactly. He's served 12 years in the state senate. So hey, give him a call and encourage him. Say, hey, we want you in there.
Yeah, this guy really knows what he's doing.
Exactly, and he's not afraid to take on the governor, which is great.
Absolutely.
We need someone with a strong spine, and we all know here in Louisiana, we're very much a working class type people. This is our guy, so hey, give him a call, tell your friends, give him a call, and encourage him to go ahead and put his name into this candidacy for governor.
Absolutely. And another one who knows to tell the governor where to stick it is Representative Gallo, who's running for
District 29, Senate District 29.
Senate District 29. So if you are from Ruston or if you are from the Monroe area,
no, Bienville Parish.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, Bienville Parish, North Louisiana. Hey,
look that guy up.
Exactly. Get him out there. Get his name out there. Great guy. He's done a lot in the House for North Louisiana and his district. So hey, call him too. As well as District 101 has a great race right now.
Oh, Ted James. Absolutely. Now give that guy a call. If you want to volunteer, we're going to provide a number for you at the end of this little show. And make sure you participate. You also have a Representative Patricia Smith that is running for head of the Black Caucus.
Yvonne
Dorsey.
Give her a shout out as well.
Both very responsible for saving the Southern University system.
Yes.
Give them a call. Help participate. These are the people we need in office to speak for us.
Yes.
Because if us aren't speaking for us, then who will?
Exactly.
The answer is no one. You can't wait on others to speak for us.
So get out there, call some of these people, ask if you can work on their campaign, tell them what issues are in your community or perhaps in your school. Get out there, let's vote October 22nd. Let's get out there. If you're going to the game, vote early, call the court, call whoever you need. Get it done. Go register to vote. The deadline is September 22nd, and this is for the governor's race as well as the state legislator race.
Absolutely.
So make sure that's taken care of. Very important. Very, very important. Because they don't want you voting, so make sure you get out there and vote.
They put the LSU game on voting day so that you'll stay at the LSU game drunk and full from tailgating.